Good evening everyone on YouTube. On this episode I'm going to be reviewing all of my video game systems I have collected so far. I have seen a lot of video game reviews before, like Angry Video Game Nerd, and I personally like his Bugs Bunny review best. You should check out his videos. They're the best. Anyways, I thought that'd be something I'd like to try out. But first I think you should know all the systems I've collected so far. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? First off, we have the N64. It was my very first system. Let's see what's in there. Super Mario 64. Great classic, instantly a hit. The controllers I'm not that big of a fan of. Let me unwrap it. Hard to do with one hand. For Super Mario 64 and driving games, it's okay, but I've had this joystick replaced maybe once or twice, and it's already, you can see how loose it is. And if I did this, nothing would happen. And I have hardly any games that use the D-pad or the L button. It's always these 4 directional buttons and the A, B buttons and the joystick. Not to mention this trigger underneath. Let's get to the next one. Sony PlayStation 3. When I first got this, let's take a look at the controller. The controller wasn't charged, so I had to plug it into the PS3, and not that long at all. What were they thinking? Or at least that's what I was thinking. Once it's all ready to go, push the button, lights come on. PS3 would originally come on. Overall, it's a good system. My only complaint that with this 80 gig version, can't play PS2 games. That's the downside. Next up is PS2. The PS2 controller that I got this with. Standard PS2 controller. Joysticks. Sometimes I just like to hold it without the system even being on. It's that comfortable. I have the 64 megabyte, if you can read that, 64 megabyte memory card, max memory. Good overall. I haven't seen any others. Like, I've seen 32 megabyte, but I haven't seen any of my friends with it. Then it has the standard 8 megabyte card. And up here I have the wireless controller. Kind of hard to find brand new nowadays. I have a couple of these, so this, without the little rubber pads and coloring out the center, lets me identify which one. Next we have the Nintendo GameCube. It's standard controller. Oh wow, should have done that a long time ago. Again, I did a little bit of coloring up here. I have many GameCube controllers. Standard. I was never such a big fan of the button placement. I mean, these 2 buttons for most of my games often have the same ability. So when I'm holding it, attempt to go, I push it like that. I never want to roll my thumb over and hit it the other way. I'll do that for maybe racing games. Very comfortable. I have the wireless controller as well, Pelican G3. Much bigger, much bulkier than the original. But what can I say for one of the first wireless controllers made? Next we have the PlayStation 1 redesigned model. Still looking for the original. I love this controller. I mean, I really don't use this one because I'm not sure why. I just never got into the analogs. This one I'm really comfortable with. Hang on. Let's go back to PS2. Ignore the smiley face. Dirt to Daytona, NASCAR. Beat that game a couple of times, really good. Mario Kart Double Dash. I beat that game. I love it. Tomb Raider. Oh yeah, good game. I'm about halfway through with it. I find it a little bit difficult. Can't seem to get past the point where there's like 2 or 3 bears attacking you. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I got this used at Ed McKay's Used Books and More. The one I go to seems to have tons of old systems. Super Nintendo controller, classic. I love the button placement. It's, yeah, they're almost exactly the same. These two buttons are a little bit closer, but that's the only difference. Sony stole from Nintendo. They should sue. Next we have the retro... Ooh, what's in there? Mario Kart. First one. Was always a fan of that. Can't seem to beat it in 150cc though. Right here we have the Retro Duo. The game system that plays both Super Nintendo games and regular Nintendo games. Let's see what's in here. Super Mario All-Stars. What else is in here? Hang on, I gotta use 2 hands for the NES. Gotta go left, or right, and left. Punch Out. I can't get past Bald Ball the first time. I had a friend come over and beat him for me, but I can't get past him on my own. Any tips? Let me know. Let's go to a controller. As you can see, it says Retro Duo. Hang on. If you can see, the Retro Duo L and R buttons stick out further than the Super Nintendo, and I find that it feels like they're very cheaply made, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I did get this thing for $30.